Premium quality football shirts at an extremely affordable price. Sound good? If so, check out the sponsor of today's video, jerseyfifa.com. You can see that I've sent you some shirts and they really are top quality, so make sure to click the link in the description to go find a shirt for yourself or perhaps as a gift for someone else. And you can now use code jerseyfifa at checkout for 10% off your order. That's code jerseyfifa at checkout for 10% off your order. I really do recommend their product, so go take a look. Now let's get into the analysis. So if you've been following the news over the past few days, you would have seen a lot of rumours about Christianeriksen joining Manchester United. The news keeps changing. One day he's signing and then the next he has supposedly turned the club down. Regardless, the links do continue, so I thought today I would take a look at how he would fit in at Manchester United if he was to make the move, and we'll look at how he may fit into the team from a tactical point of view. So I'm pretty sure everyone knows by now that Christianeriksen is a very creative midfielder that can play in a few different positions, and he showed during his loan spell with Brentford last season that he still has a lot of quality to offer. One thing that Eriksen has shown is that he may perhaps not be able to cover quite as much ground as what he used to. However, what he has proven is that the quality is still there, and he really is an aesthetically pleasing player to watch on the ball. Of course, one of Eriksen's strengths is his passing. To be fair, at times it can be a little bit inconsistent, especially if you look at his passing numbers, but it's important to remember that his percentages are lower because he is trying difficult passes. For example, Eriksen loves going for longer range passes either over to the other side of the pitch or over the top of the defence, and this is something that we've seen more as his career has progressed and he's played slightly deeper. Often starting slightly deeper in the midfield has also allowed Eriksen to showcase another side of his passing game as well, and that's his progressive passing, and we'll see some stats shortly which really capture how good his progressive passes have been. Thanks to all of his brilliant passing, Eriksen is a player that is able to really take control and dictate a game. At times he can look to rush forward a little bit too much, but when he chooses to slow down, he really can completely dominate. Something else that Eriksen has shown in recent years is the ability to carry the ball forward, and again this has come since he has started to drop deeper, allowing him to pick the ball up before then looking to carry the ball progressively. Having progressed the ball for his side, Eriksen really comes into his element when he is in the final third of the pitch, thanks to his brilliant creativity, and he plays with this great subtlety in and around the box with his excellent passing. In these advanced areas in the final third, Eriksen is also able to take on the responsibility himself to take a shot from longer range, and it's been a theme throughout his career to see him getting in double figures for goals in a season. Something else that Eriksen brings to a team is brilliant set-piece delivery. He did actually occasionally struggle with this whilst he was at Spurs, but at Brentford last season his consistency of delivery was absolutely incredible in these dead ball situations. All of Eriksen's brilliant attributes are highlighted when we look at his FBref report, where we can see that he ranks well for ball progressing, and then those attacking numbers in the final third are ridiculous. Statistically, no one has done it better. So we've sort of quickly broke down Christianeriksen as a player there, so now it's time to look at how Ten Hag could potentially use him at Manchester United, because I think there are a few different roles that we could see him in. So to figure this out, I want to quickly talk about Ryan Gravenberch, because he played a big role in Erik Ten Hag's system last season, so I just want to quickly take a look at the role that he played under Ten Hag last year. So despite starting in quite a deep midfield position, Gravenberch spent a lot of last season pushing much higher up the pitch, towards the final third, often playing right alongside the wingers and the attacking midfielder. Just quickly before we carry on with the video, I'm sure you guys have noticed that the channel has a beautiful new logo, so I just wanted to say a massive thank you to the designer, who was brilliant to work with and he's done a load of brilliant designs, so make sure to check out his socials, they will all be linked in the description down below, go show him some love. So to continue where we left off, Gravenberch was very much given the freedom to push up the pitch into the final third, and he was one of the side's key ball progressors, with both his passing and his brilliant ball carrying ability. The question now is, could Eriksen play a similar sort of role, where he starts deep and then moves forward, and I do think there are reasons to believe he could. He obviously isn't as physical as Gravenberch, but he is an excellent progressor. Even starting in this deeper area, Eriksen would be given the freedom to get into the final third, just like Gravenberch was. And once in these areas, I'm sure that Eriksen would bring a lot of creativity to a team with his brilliant eye for a pass. Obviously playing in this area in the midfield, Eriksen would bring a real level of technical quality to the team, and compared to someone like Fred or McTominay, Eriksen would obviously be a huge upgrade from a technical point of view. In this regard, Eriksen does very much come across as an Erik Ten Hag type of player, a player that works hard out of possession, but importantly brings a real comfort and technical quality on the ball to help his team dominate. As I was saying earlier, Eriksen would also bring a lot of quality from set pieces, either from corners or from deeper free kicks, and this is something that Manchester United have struggled with in the past, so Eriksen would once again be an upgrade. I was talking about Eriksen's set piece numbers earlier, and we can see here, courtesy of Who Scored, that Kevin De Bruyne was the only player in the Premier League that created more chances from set pieces from the point that Eriksen joined the league. As I said a moment ago, this is something that Manchester United have really struggled with for quite a while now. They have a few players who put the occasional good delivery into the box, but overall the consistent quality just isn't there. So, if Eriksen was to sign for Manchester United and play in a deep midfield role, then I think it is quite evident that he would be a massive upgrade on the current midfield options, and in particular, he would bring a real quality on the ball. However, the issue there is that Manchester United are still getting linked with Frenkie de Jong, and I think it's fair to assume that he would play this sort of role in the midfield, so perhaps they can't really exist in the same midfield area. Regardless of this, Manchester United continue to be linked with both players, so I think Ten Hag must have some sort of plan in place. So now I want to take a quick look at a couple of different other roles that Eriksen could play if he joined. So one area that Eriksen could play is out wide. This is something that he's done in the past to quite a good standard, and starting out wide could give Eriksen the ability to find pockets of space to get the ball before then looking to create. As I said, this is an area that Eriksen has played a lot in the past, particularly during his time with Spurs, and Pochettino often looked to use him as quite a wide creator, where he was able to roam from his position to get into space. This is the sort of role that Ten Hag has used in his sides before, with Ziyech playing as a wide creator back in 2019, whilst you can now argue that Tadic has been used in a similar sort of role this season, so it could work. So with that in mind, I do think that this is something that Erik Ten Hag will be considering, because he does love these sort of wide players that perhaps lack the pace, but perhaps make up for it with pure technical and creative ability on the ball. What this would do is give Erik Ten Hag the ability to squeeze as many technically gifted players into the side as possible, and obviously doing so would give United a real ability to dominate the ball, with multiple players being gifted. The question now would be what side he would play on, because he is capable from either side. With Spurs, he often started on the right hand side, from where he was able to work himself a little bit of space before then looking to swing crosses in. We could also see him starting on the left, where he would be able to play in a slightly different way, starting out wide before then looking to move infield into little pockets of space where he can be at his real creative brilliant best. Obviously, whatever side he played on, the fullbacks would be vital to provide the right balance, and I actually discussed that in a recent video, so make sure to go check that out at the end of this one to hear my thoughts on the fullback situation. Having this sort of wide creator isn't something that United have really had in the past. Juan Mata did occasionally play that sort of role, but never really on a regular enough basis, so Christianeriksen would be bringing a real different dimension to the club. Whilst there are questions over whether or not it would work from this wide area, I do certainly think it's obvious that Eriksen would bring a lot of creativity to Manchester United, but I still think it's his versatility that would be more important. Perhaps with Eriksen starting out wide with Bruno Fernandes in the midfield, it could make quite a nice little combination, with Fernandes able to drift wide, leaving this space for Eriksen to come inside, and it really could be a great combo. This would of course suit Bruno Fernandes, because we did see him starting out wide towards the end of the season, so perhaps it could even be him that starts as the wide creator, whilst Eriksen perhaps starts in a more central advanced area in midfield. That is what Eriksen would bring, a real ability to rotate and adapt depending on the game situation, and I do genuinely think that he could play any of those three roles, either in that Gravenberch role, as a wide creator, or as an attacking midfielder. It's a testament to him as a player. He clearly still possesses so much quality, and he deserves that chance to play at one of Europe's biggest clubs once again, so it would be great for him personally if he was to make the move. But with so many other players being linked with a move to the club, I'm just not sure how everyone is supposed to fit in, with players like Sancho, Van de Beek, Fernandes and maybe even Frenkie de Jong taking up the positions we've been discussing. So that's where I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think Christian Eriksen will join Manchester United? And do you actually think he should? And where do you think he would play if he was to join the club? Get in the comments down below and let me know what you think. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.